Coming up, find out what happens when we hit the streets of New York and ask,
what one thing would you change about New York City and why?
New York was voted top 5 worst cities for dating in the world. What's your dating life like?
What are your thoughts about casinos potentially coming to Queens and the Bronx? Ooh.
Should New York City get tougher on subway and bus fare evasion? Absolutely not. There's no reason to be doing that.
Personally, I think it should be free.
No. They should fix their stuff first. Then you can, definitely get tougher. And I understand, it's a catch-22. Oh, if you don't pay, where's the money coming from? This, that, and the third. But I just don't see that. This is New York City. There's multiple different ways to make money here. There's tourists, there's this, there's that.
My answer is yes. I ride the subway all the time, and I do see people jumping over the turnstile, and frankly, I do feel resentment. So I do think that should be monitored and fined.
Some of us had to pay, while some of us didn't have to pay the $2.90 for say subways. I feel everyone it's a rule that everyone has to do. You can't just evade it because you don't want to.
If you had to give up one, which one goes and why? Instagram, TikTok, or X?
Say
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok.
TikTok 100%.
100%.
TikTok's just full of so much it's got such a wide variety of things, but there's also so much bad stuff for I feel children mainly. There's in terms of brain rot, but if you know what brain rot is, it's actually pretty bad for children, and there's so much children on the app that I just feel it's not good for people anymore. It's just spreading negativity more than positive stuff, and yeah.
Yeah, kind of like what he said. There's just a lot of negative stuff on TikTok. Nothing really positive goes on around there. For children, it just your dopamine receptors are just absolutely fried after a session of TikTok. For adults, it's just not productive at all. So it just gotta go. It gotta go from the list.
I'm gonna say X because of the scammers. Every time I go on Twitter, it's just a bunch of scamming, sugar daddy this and sugar mama that. So go ahead and give it an X. I think Instagram and TikTok are still mainly they're platforms everyone uses, I guess. I don't know, for videos.
I'm unfortunately really chronically online, and I'm very much on the internet, so I tweet a lot. First of all, I don't call it X, I call it Twitter. So I tweet a lot. I'm very, very much on Twitter, so I wouldn't be able to give that up, and I doom scroll a lot, so honestly, probably Instagram, because it's too, at this point, professional, if that makes sense. It feels really intimidating, and I really only use it to keep up with friends from back home. So probably Instagram.
On to this one. What are your thoughts about casinos potentially coming to Queens and the Bronx? Ooh, that's kind of hard. So I understand that it's really good for the economy as far as giving us jobs and things like that for the local communities, but that's just temporary. So I'm not really sure because unfortunately it does bring issues with gambling and things like that. I think it really depends on the community and what they're okay with as well.
They can go to Las Vegas if they want to gamble. I don't think it necessarily brings the kind of environment and values that help create the community strength that we need throughout the 5 boroughs.
I think it's a positive thing, actually. Usually revenue is created by the jobs, and I think it's a good thing. I think casinos coming to the Queens and the Bronx will create jobs, and real gamblers are going to go find some place to lose their money anyway. So I don't think it's going to create a gambling issue that doesn't already exist.
What are your thoughts about the existence of aliens, and do you think they will ever visit Earth?
I actually do believe in aliens. I don't know, maybe they're in the sea, but I think they probably will visit Earth one day in maybe 1,000 years.
I think that alien life probably exists because to assume that we live on Earth alone is, I think, arrogant. I mean, in the universe alone is arrogant.
So I'm going to be funny because I think aliens are already here. I really think that we have extra terrestrial
things already living on Earth, but a lot of people just don't believe it, and I do believe it. You believe in a higher being, that would also be considered an alien.
I believe in aliens because like there's no way that it's only us that's on Earth then, but I don't know if they would ever come to Earth because like even the thought of aliens, like we don't even know what they would be, like if they would be smarter than us or dumber than us.
We've got more questions and more views coming up. First, let's travel around the city and NYC it.
You can expect so much at the Bronx Zoo. You forget how beautiful it is. And now that it's early, it's so peaceful. I mean, it is without a doubt a New York City gem. And autumn at the Bronx Zoo is always a fun time because there's a little chill in the air. But there's so much to see and do when you're here. So now I have this beautiful, majestic building behind me. I am in the Rhino Garden. And when you come to the zoo and you say, meet me at the Rhino Garden, everyone kind of knows what that means. But there's something special in the Rhino Garden, and it's these sculptures that are made out of pumpkins. And I'm sliding over to Rachel. Why am I speaking this way? Ready. She is fabulous, and she is the director of event programming and rides, and she knows all about this garden. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Thank
We're super
you
excited
for inviting us. So let's talk about what is behind us, because there's so many gorgeous Instagram moments in this garden.
Absolutely.
And you're just drawn to these sculptures. I love elephants. Explain what this is.
So this year, as part of our Booth the Zoo program, we decided to add something even more beautiful to this beautiful area. And we have our pumpkin sculptures here, and they're made out of pumpkins and natural hay and sculpted to be an Asian elephant. And you can see our Asian elephants at the monorail as well.
Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. The detail in it is outstanding. Let's slide over to another one.
Sure.
Okay, so this is a gecko, so cool. I love it. Oh, wait a minute. The sign says a tree frog.
It's a tree frog. Yep. And these are also made from the pumpkin carvers that we have here who do live demonstrations. A really wonderful husband and wife team that build these from us. Like, we had this concept and they made it a reality for us.
Wow, talk about nature coming to life. Okay, let's slide down because there are a few more in the entryway of the garden, and you are likely to see a large rhino as we pass by. We can't be in the Rhino Garden without a rhino, and there are two, and they're amazing. And I can tell you, just inside the building, when you walk through, there are two white rhinos hanging out like it might be Africa, but it's not. It's the Bronx. Okay, let's pause at the owl. The owl is a favorite, I think, because it combines so many cool elements in one.
Yeah, we always feel bad when we say things are our favorite, but this one is just, it really drew me in. Just the artistry behind it, and just the level of detail using bark and straw. And I mean, everyone just is loving this. This has become it's always a great spot for photos, but now it is kind of raised the bar in terms of where people are looking to get their best shots.
It does, for sure. Before we say goodbye, I just want the camera to pan over to the spider so we're not leaving anything out. This is just one of the amazing things you'll see at the Bronx Zoo, at Boo at the Zoo.
This is Speak Up New York, the hot topic show where your views come first.
What one thing would you change about New York City and why? I suppose I would change the astronomical heights that both commercial and residential rents have risen to. I would have capped them off at something reasonable.
What would I change? I would change, so we would have an actual bus lane. You know, like the bus stays in that bus lane. That's it. You do not come out. You stay in that lane. That's it. That's your lane. You stay there. We don't go there, but you stay there, right? What else? Bicycles, that'll go onto the sidewalk. I bike and I drive. I do both, so I understand both sides. That will go on the sidewalk. No need for that to be in the street. No standing zones. Don't know why we have that. Doesn't make any sense. Every no standing zone, it's like it has a whole mile radius. There's no reason for the whole standing zone to not be able to park in. So I would give it a lot.
Oh God, I love New York City. It's just hard. I wish there was a way for me to change like food waste. I just feel like there's like so much. I work in a restaurant, so like I'm constantly seeing like just so much food. I honestly wish New York City had this thing where like you can kind of like pay for what like portion you want. Like everything should be like weighed, maybe, I don't know, because like then you could just kind of take what you want and eliminate the waste of food. I feel bad that like some people in the world have no food, and like there's some people that just so much food goes in the trash.
New York was voted top 5 worst cities for dating in the world. What's your dating life like?
Non-existent. That's all I gotta say about that.
Well, I've been with the same person for about 20 years, but 20 years ago when I was dating in New York City, it was awful. And the apps made it awful. And the not being easily able to meet somebody naturally was a real handicap.
Okay, there we go. What are your thoughts about driverless cars, and would you ever ride in one? Well, I actually have rode in one in Las Vegas, so it was a little scary because I'm like, does this thing know where it's going? And it was a lot of traffic. So I'm on the fence. Is it good or bad? It could be good where you get a car and they know exactly where they're going, but then it's also scary if something happens and it has to make a sudden stop.
I love this idea, but there are a lot of safety problems or issues. I mean, like, I feel like once it like gets like well developed, I would definitely drive in one. But like right now, it's still like in like the beginning process, like in the beginning stages of it. So I'm not too sure like if right now I would drive in one, but maybe later on in the future, like down the line, I would.
Honestly, no, I would never drive. I'd never be in a driverless car because, okay, the feeling of being in a car and like maneuvering it yourself is just the best feeling in the world. Pulling the windows down, being able to do whatever. I think that's a feeling that can't be replicated in a driverless car.
Go for the top. Some companies are allowing employees to go shoe-free in the workplace. What are your thoughts about that? My question on that would be hygiene issues, and you know, I really don't have anything against it as long as every employee is okay with it in the workplace. I don't think it's a problem. I mean, your shoes are dirty, your socks are probably cleaner than your shoes. So, I mean, as long as everybody's okay with it, it could be a Friday thing maybe. I don't know if I'd want to see everybody always without their shoes in their workplace. It could be a thing if somebody has a foot odor problem or something like that.
I don't think that'll be a good idea because some people's feet are not really great to be smelling. So I would say that I would prefer you to have your shoes on in the office.
We want your view. Get ready to share your opinion when Speak Up New York hits the streets again real soon.